Hi, guys. Hello, hello, hello. Happy Tuesday. We made it to another Tarot Tuesday. Yay. I'm hoping this will show up and I can get this started. There it is. Okay. Hello. I don't know why it doesn't show comments on my phone anymore. I was going to mess with it. Live chat. Maybe. Hi, Sherry. Oh, Sherry, I have those sheets for you. The cheat sheet things. I just haven't had a chance to send them to you. I have forgotten. All right. Hello, hello, hello. Hi, Lori. Hi, Trisha. Hi. How is everyone? Tarot Tuesday. Yay. Okay. So waiting for everyone to come in. Hi, Doug. How are you, honey? Hi, Weird Wanderer. I love it. Weird Wanderer. That's kind of perfect. All right. So waiting for everyone to come in. I was saying, I mentioned this on my admin channel thing that I wrote down someplace the ideas that I had for Tarot Tuesday last week. And hi, Deb. And I think they might be over there, but I have not had time to pull out the ideas that I had. So you'll have to bear with me. I know we are going to do the Magician, and then we're going to go through in order every week. We're going to talk a little bit about what that card means on its own, a little bit. And then talk about some of the combinations that are like really well known. And then we're going to choose like 4 or 5 cards to make combinations with so that we can, get an idea. If anybody else can remember anything else that I was going to do and I don't do it, let me know. It has been, I don't know if it's all the retrogrades. I don't know what the heck it is, but it has been super, super overwhelming lately and just a lot going on. Trying to figure out where to move and all that. I'm turning 50 in a week from yesterday. I was talking last week about going to the doctor, and he said it could be some of my symptoms could be like long form COVID. I need this. So it's been a bit overwhelming. So I am still a little bit behind on stuff. That's why I have not come on and done another video, even though I have a whole list of videos I have to do. So I hope you guys will bear with me while I kind of try to figure out. I have to get more organized. There's things that I have to do and figure out how to do so that I can keep living my life. Happy second day. How was the first couple days, Miss Erskine? Thank you. It's actually a dress. It's a long dress, Deb. See, look. Ooh. Long. Like so long that I trip over it usually because I don't wear high heels, but I should probably with this dress, but I really like it. So I hope you all will bear with me. I'm kind of, I don't know, feeling my way around trying to figure out how to be more organized, how to schedule things so that I can actually accomplish stuff still. I was thinking today in the shower, I thought, I have to either figure this out or quit some things that I have been doing and, focus on less things. And I know that's part of it. I just have to work it out in my head. And part of it is all the menopausal symptoms that, then could be long form COVID stuff. I don't know. So we'll see. And then on top of it with Peter's stuff, it makes it harder because I have to, I'm trying to pick up some of the stuff that he hasn't been able to do too. So it's a little cuckoo. So Michelle Erskine, how is your employment? Do you like it? Is it good? You're enjoying yourself? 90 degrees. Oh, Sherry. I think I would die. I've been sleeping on the couch. This is like over here is my bed. My love seat, actually, for weeks because poor Peter with his thyroid thing is cold and I'm dying hot still. So in order to not freeze him out, I've been sleeping on the couch. Boring reading all the, yeah. The first week sometimes is like a lot of paperwork and getting caught up and all that kind of stuff. But you think you might like it though? Yay. Okay, so it is, and then I realized yesterday, I think, that it's almost Mabon. This week is Mabon already. And I don't know if you can see. That's my Mabon altar back there, which I have a bunch of Mabon stuff on it, but it's not even, I haven't organized a thing on it. And I still have to write the ritual. And I'm not going to do that to myself right now. Okay. I stay in AC. I wanted to clean out the porch, but not today, right? We just do what we can, right? That's all we can do. Sometimes that is just all we can do. And Deb, I'm working on your stones too. That's on my list. That should be done within a day or two because it's on my list. Love that Jackson National doesn't think of its employees like cattle. That's good. That's really good. Sometimes it's funny. Some of the jobs that I've really, really liked, except for that one thing, have been really hard. One of my favorite jobs was working at a level 1 trauma center, but it was hard too because they didn't care what the hell was going on with you. You were just a number. And it really was like, that's it. Dad's back there. Go ahead, sweetie. So excited for Mabon. I'm redoing my altar after having had the materials to do so for so long. I do too. I'm telling I pulled out a bunch of my Mabon stuff. I just have not had the time to actually put it together. Which I adore Mabon. Mabon is definitely one of my favorites. But it just, because it's been so busy, it's one thing after another. Am I thinking returning to the medical field? Well, that's a good question. I will tell you that, no, probably not. I don't think. Because when I decided to come into this field finally, I had taken a long time to really think about if I could do it. Like if I really was going to be committed to, only working in this field. And so what I did is, go ahead, honey. What I did is I dropped my license. I let it expire. And in order to get my license back, I would have to go back to school for 2 years and start all over again. And I just don't see that happening at this point in my life. I just don't. So that is probably a no, unless I was like a cursory, like I could be a secretary at a x-ray place or something and be able to help them out as, a bunch, but not take the x-rays. Not sure. Yes, I would, just because the way it works. And to me, I wanted to make it in my mind that this was, if I was going to finally take the leap, then I wanted to take the leap and not turn backwards. Because to me, that would be like, admitting that I couldn't do it. And I know I can. It's just a matter of organizing myself or figuring out how my organization process works so that I can get stuff done. Newbie question, Mabon is Thanksgiving. So a lot of people say that Mabon is Thanksgiving. And it's a harvest festival, so I can see why they kind of say that. I would disagree, though, and say that I don't really see Mabon as pagan Thanksgiving. A little bit, because it's a harvest festival. Hi, Kay. But I see it as really a preparation. We're preparing for the dark half of the year. It's the last holiday before, it's the equinox. So day and night are equal. And then it becomes the dark half of the year after that. And so we're really harvesting what we can. We're really clearing out the things that we don't need. We're really kind of focusing on what we need to get through the dark half of the year. We know the dark half of the year has a lot to do with shadow work, has a lot to do with everybody starts to come inside more and focus on their family and their home and that kind of thing. It is about the death of what we no longer need. So we kind of talk about the death of the God and his nourishing the plants and stuff so that they will be ready to come up in the spring again. So we talk about what we need to kind of let go of and what we need to focus on and harvest and nourish during the dark half of the year, so that by the time spring comes again, we have a goal in mind. We know what direction we're going, where on our journey we are, what can we let go of, and where do we go forward. And so that to me is a little bit more of a better way to put it than Thanksgiving, because Thanksgiving is it's kind of a generic thing. And it's a little bit, it's a gathering, it's a celebration, it's a harvest. But I don't think it's deep enough for me anyway. But a lot of people talk about it being pagan Thanksgiving, which is true and to some extent. Okay. That's so silly. I know, a refresher course should be enough. I know it's only been 2 years now, and I know everything. Everything I need to know is still there. But again, I do feel like I did that for a reason, Sherry, that I didn't want to turn backwards. Whatever I do from here, I think I'm going to stay in this field, in the metaphysical spiritual realm, because to me it was a big deal to let go of that license, because I wanted to signal to the universe that I was done. That was a part of my life that was great and wonderful, and I loved it, but that I was done with that part of my life and I'm moving forward now. And to me, that would be a turning around. And so I feel like that wouldn't be right either. So there was a reason that, for whatever reason, I'm still moving forward. And so I just have to kind of work it out. Doctor, office secretary. I could. Yep. Seeking and meditating on balance. Yes, is a Mabon thing as well. Definitely. Yep. Because of the equinox, for sure. Like the fool on the cliff. Exactly, Emma. The fool on the cliff. That I teetered on the cliff. Hi, Hex. I teetered on the cliff for a long time. And so when I finally jumped, I thought, I'm not going to try to turn around and climb back up that cliff and be on that edge again. If I'm actually going to take the jump, a long time, boy, if you go back in my videos for like 4 or 5 years, I talked about, I know the universe is kind of pushing me to do the spirituality thing full time. And I talked about it a lot. And so I really felt like when I jumped, that was going to be it. No matter what, however this goes, at somehow, some way, the way forward for me is still going to have to do with spirituality. And X-ray would be a jump backwards again. And I'm not going to do that, even though this is hard and I'm still trying to figure out my way and stuff. I'm not going to turn around and try to climb back up the cliff that I already jumped off of, for sure. But it's okay. It's scary and it's hard, and that's what transition is, right? Nobody said transition was easy. Anytime the death card comes up, we're like, oh, what? Are you kidding me? It's definitely a difficult thing. But if we just keep stepping forward, we'll get it eventually. We'll figure it out. It's just darkness sometimes. It's just hard. There's nothing easy about it. You made the right choice doing what you love. And thank you, Kimberly. You're sweet. I saw Kimberly at Savers with my dad. I took my dad to Savers last weekend, I think now. And we saw Kimberly there. Yay. Okay. All right. So the magician. The magician. Let's get to it. Let's talk about, first of all, so we're going to talk about combinations with the magician card. Let's go through what the magician means to start out with, right? So the magician, if you see on the top of this, we're using the Apprentice Tarot deck. This is a new teaching deck, a fairly new teaching deck that I've gotten within the last couple of months or so. So I'm going to utilize this. It says on the top of here, transform ideas and goals into reality, skillful action, confident power, all the resources you need. So when we look at the magician, immediately, one of the things we always look at is as above, so below. And what does that mean? You know, it's easy sometimes to say as above, so below and not really grasp the concept of it. Some people say it means a couple different things. To me, as above, so below means all those spiritual concepts, all those kind of those otherworldly, other realm concepts and manifestations that we want. The magician means that we have the capability and the tools that are necessary to pull them into this realm. So as above, everything that's above can also be so below, here right now on earth as we are doing things. And the magician says we have all the tools necessary. On the magician's table is the cup, the pentacle, the sword, and then he has the wand. And so he has everything he needs to pull all those spiritual, the knowledge and the manifestations from the spiritual realm right now onto earth. He has everything he needs. As above, everything up there is also good right here. I got Magician, Ace of Cups, and Judgment the other morning for my daily draw. All right. And what did you draw from that? What did you feel like that meant for you? Because that's great combinations. That's really encouraging combinations for sure, especially when it's been retrograde. All right. So you have the power, right? You have the power. You have the tools necessary to pull down everything you need. You're transforming the ideas that you have into the reality. You're manifesting. That's a huge word with the magician, is you are able to manifest the things that you need. What's frustrating is when we get the magician, we know we have the capability. So we can't make excuses to ourselves and say, well, I just can't. I just don't have it in me. I don't have the capability of doing it. Yeah, you fucking do. You absolutely have everything you need to manifest that which you are seeking, longing, looking at, wanting to manifest. You have it in you. And you have all the tools necessary. So it's a great empowerment card. It's definitely a step forward, take control. You have the power card. Sometimes we need the solar plexus to move us forward with it and believe that we have the power, believe that we have the capability, right? It's really hard when we get that magician card. Sometimes I go, fuck. I know that. I know I have the capability. I know I have what I need. I know I have it in me. I know I have the tools. I just have to figure out how to work the tools and work my knowledge to actually get it done. Right? Does that sound familiar? I think of the magician sometimes the way when we were doing dedication study, you told us new witches are like toddlers putting everything in our mouths. For sure. For sure. And I use that concept a lot when I'm teaching new witches and new pagans. In the beginning, we're trying everything. Everything goes in our mouth, right? We got to taste everything, just like toddlers. Everything. What is this? We don't know it. Try it out. And in the beginning of our spirituality, in the beginning of our walk, our journey, everything, every little thing, we can try every little thing. What works for us and tastes good and that's pretty good, we can hang on to it. If we put it in our mouth and we go, oh, that's not for me, we can put that away. That doesn't mean it's a bad thing that we tried it. We learned something from putting that in our mouth. We learned, oh, we don't really like that. That's not really for me. That doesn't mean it's a bad thing that we did it, though. Definitely, I see that. If Mom was a 3-card reading, she'd be the Magician, the Priestess, and the Empress. Aww. I love you, Sherry. You're so cute. You know when I need that uplift. It's been a tough week. I'm ready to beat my children. Just saying. I'm about to be 50, and I'm like, I can barely get my kids to come over. I don't know if they're coming or not. We'll see. Anyways, fuck them. All right. So, the other deck that, the other teaching deck that I've been using is the Practical Tarot Wisdom with the Radiant Rider-Waite Tarot deck. Say that 4 times fast. Radiant Rider-Waite. Radiant Rider-Waite. Radiant. Yeah, no, that's it. Hexen would come over. Yes, you would. Okay, so this says, the Magician. You have all the tools you need to make things happen. That's pretty right on, right? You are being challenged to create the life you want by using what is within your grasp. What you bring into your world is yours. Engage your mind, hands, and heart today. So perfect. That's exactly what we've been talking about. Right? Okay. So I'm going to use today for the tarot deck that I'm drawing from. I'm going to use the Lightseers Tarot. So the Magician, actually, first I'm going to talk a little bit about a couple that are very well known. Okay, one I posted in the event page tonight. I was going to do it this afternoon and I didn't get to it, but I love the Magician card in this deck. Is amazing. I adore it. So here's the Magician. Look at the Lemniscate here on their hoodie. And I love that they're able to draw through the veil every single thing they need. And see, the Magician itself creates the Lemniscate here. And is able to manifest everything that they need for whatever they need. Love, 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 love this card. Okay, so let's talk about the one that I posted first, which of course I think I put back into the deck. Damn it! Hold on, here it is. One of the very well-known combinations for the Magician is if you get the Magician and the Lovers card, or the Magician and the 2 of Cups, which I had out too. Where the hell is it? Magician and the Lovers, or the Magician and the 2 of Cups, which I will pull out. Can't believe I didn't leave them out, knowing that we were going to talk about it. Duh. That's how my brain has been lately. And of course, it's going to be towards the back here. Oh, come on. Where are you? Nope, 7 of Cups. Hold on. I know what it looks like. Here it is. Okay. So the Magician and the Lovers, and the Magician and the 2 of Cups are very, very similar. They're kind of the same kind of outcome here. So we'll talk about them together as a whole. If you get one of these 2 combinations, the Magician and the Lovers, or the Magician and the 2 of Cups, let's talk about the Lovers card and the 2 of Cups card. What is that? What do those cards mean to us? So we know the Lovers card means a couple different things. It can mean a relationship is coming if you're not in one. It can mean deepening a relationship. It can mean a marriage coming up. It can mean, a strong connection. It can also mean a choice. The Lovers card can mean a choice. You have a choice coming up. And usually that is a relationship choice, a meaningful partnership choice. It is usually something to do with relationships for me. But I know if I start talking about a relationship thing with a querent and they look at me like I have two heads, I kind of switch gears. Okay, maybe this person, it's not about a relationship. Maybe it's about a choice. Is the card with people, the lovers? Yes, this one is the lovers. This one is the lovers. And then this one is the Two of Cups. Hi, Willow Raven. So the Two of Cups is a very similar card. The Two of Cups is always emotional depth, connecting with another person, an opportunity for emotional growth. So twos, and we'll talk a little bit, right? Twos, the number two. I know we were going to talk a little bit about numerology kind of stuff. The number two is something new, a new opportunity coming forward. So when we talk about the Two of Cups, the cups is emotional, emotions. So Two of Cups is an emotional opportunity. Never knew I was going to get my ex-husband back and restore my relationship until a friend of mine introduced me to yep. Thank you, Leanne. I appreciate it. Troll in the dungeon. Again, it's funny when I get trolls, it's it usually means that we're a threat. This kind of troll is just piggybacking off the fact that I have 26 people on and trying to make money off of it. So, whatever. It's not Tarot Destroyer this time, right? Let's call them. They left their number. We've already been with your ex, honey, and they were no Two of Cups. I love it. All right, so, if we come up with the Magician and the Lover's card, or the Magician and the Two of Cups, I wrote my notes down here. A soulmate is in your midst or is getting ready to appear. Hi, Crimson Moon. Yes, you did. So there is someone on the horizon, or you have met that person and they are in your midst. A soulmate, a person that you really should be able to spend time with. Now I will say, a soulmate to me, I shouldn't say this too loud because I know Peter believes in soulmates. I don't believe in that one soulmate person. I believe in good matches. I believe in if you're married and you can make it last forever, that's awesome. But it's work, and it's not. I don't believe in destiny bringing two people and only two people together, and I don't believe in that. But you can have a soulmate at any time. There's probably 100 soulmates for you, but you can have that connection, that deep connection that you're supposed to have with another person. Do you do readings? I do, Crimson Moon. I just do them on the side. If anybody is interested in a reading, they can message me on Facebook or leave a comment here with your email or something, and I can get a hold of you. Definitely. I just don't do them through Etsy anymore because they take a shit ton. So, and which means it's hard because I don't really like to, I don't have my own website or anything, so I don't really advertise very much, but I do them. Okay, so your soulmate, a soulmate is in your midst or preparing to appear. If the Lovers and Magician tarot card fall together, there's no confusion about whether he or she is the one, which again, is one of the ones, is the one that you should be with, the one that you should concentrate on, that kind of thing. If it's the Two of Cups, your new lover won't be someone new at all, but someone you already knew well. It seems you have finally found a prince or princess charming, already married or committed. A new season of love is soon to begin. Things will be positive all the way around. So if you're already with somebody, that combination will signal a new phase of growth for you. A new way to look at your love together, a new depth to your love, a new depth to your connection. Does that make sense? So if we're talking about the ability to manifest, and then we pull in the Two of Cups or the Lover's card, we're saying we have the ability to manifest this awesome relationship, this connection right now. There's a connection right there that we are able to tap into and manifest right now. Does that make sense? Can you see why that these two combinations would mean that kind of thing? Does anybody else have anything else that they can say about the combination of the Magician and the Lovers, or the Magician and the Two of Cups? I'm going to take a quick drink. $26 people on and 15 likes. Hit that like button for me, guys. Anybody? Okay, let's move on then. I want to do maybe just one or two more, and then we'll pull a couple cards and do our own like combinations. But some cards, like, you know, especially the Major Arcana cards, if we're going to go through the Major Arcana cards, some of them have some pretty well-known combinations. Like, you know, when you've read tarot, if you see the Lovers and the Magician, you kind of go, oh, yeah. Okay, so this is coming. You have the ability to manifest something good. Hi, Adirondack Beauty. Welcome back. Okay, so that's definitely one of the combinations that is a fairly well-known combination, is the Magician and the Lovers, or the Magician and the Two of Cups. Okay. All right, so next combination that I want to go over is the Magician and the Chariot. This is a big one too. The Magician and the Chariot. And I'm trying to, I try to remember to hold back a little bit and let you guys maybe talk about what you have an inkling of. You know, what you think this combination would mean, or some of the things that it could mean if it was the Magician and the Chariot. Sorry, my nose is starting to itch already. All right, so this is a big one also. And again, we're using the deck that we're using is Light Seers, the Light Seers Tarot. So the Chariot, let's talk about, there ain't no way the Querent could fail with the Magician Chariot, right? Yes. All right. What does the Chariot mean to us? When we talk about the Chariot, what does that mean? To me, we talk about the move or transition in life is happening soon. Oh, I love it. Yes, because the Chariot, you can see we are on the move, right? So very often it means a move, a transition. You are moving forward, moving on. It also, for me, means control. The Chariot means I am in control of the directionality of my life, where I am going. And if I'm not in control, then it's time to take the reins back. So you kind of look at, are you in control? Are you in control of your life? Then it's time to take the reins back. Success, that's a good one. Opposing forces, right? When we see the white and the black horse, or the white and the black sphinx, or that usually there's a white and something and a black something that's pulling that chariot, right? So that is the duality of life, the good and the bad, the active and the passive, the male and female energy. All of that is kind of a duality that is pulling us forward. It's like magnetic force sometimes. Sometimes the duality of life, if you don't have enough of that duality, that force is not going to pull you forward, right? The duality, the magnetic force kind of pushing and pulling back and forth together kind of pulls everything forward. So kind of the thought of control again. Indicates stuff with a vehicle. Yeah, that's true. Yep. I see it sometimes as being pulled in different directions. Yes, depends on the image. Sometimes the horses look crazy, right? And then again, that has to do with that duality, the force of different things that, are complete opposites, pushing and pulling together kind of move us forward. I always think of magnets because, MRIs and stuff, for me, being an X-ray, thinking of that magnetic force pushing and pulling, and what happens, it kind of creates a whole bunch of energy, that pushing and pulling, and is able to then start us forward, which is a great way to talk about the control. We have the control. There's a little bit of that pushing and pulling, but we have the controller. Do we have the reins? That's a good one to look at each card. Sometimes the man on the chariot is holding the reins. This one is kind of an energetic rein. Sometimes there is no reins. Sometimes he's able to control it without holding the reins too tight. That the card itself sometimes lends itself to a little bit of tweaking. Depends on the card, like Doug was saying. Sometimes the horses look crazy. Are we totally out of control? We don't even have reins. Never thought of it as taking control. You already know which path or way to move forward, or you need to make that move now. Oh, I like that one. You know which way you're supposed to go. Make that move. Take action. That's good. Moving forward from being an apprentice to being a journeyman. Yes. Yes. So sometimes if we have just begun this, or not just begun, as an apprentice, we would have just begun. So you know what? You've been an apprentice for long enough. It's time to kind of take up the reins, to move forward and figure out what's next, to kind of take control over the journey ahead. That's good. Okay. So in the context of the magician, what do we think this together means? Manifestation king, right? The able to manifest whatever we want, and taking control of the journey forward, seeing those polar opposites, seeing that duality, and allowing that duality to push us forward. So this says the combination is a bit like two brainy children sharing a sandbox and coming up with architectural plans for the sandcastle, as well as a whole cultural paradigm for its inhabitants. Philosophically inclined, this twosome can think the night away and will even consider pondering the meaning of life as great foreplay. The chariot has more wide-ranging and cross-cultural interests than the magician, who can monofocus in ways that bore the intelligently free-ranging mind of the chariot person. The magician's need for independence blends well with the chariot's penchant for solitude. This harmony can be a trouble spot when the magician is ready to come out and play, but the chariot partner is still reveling in a loner mood. If the magician can learn not to take this as a sign of rejection, this duo makes for a thoughtful combination, sure to generate mutually satisfying conversation and intriguing ideas. Neither is emotionally sensitive, which actually works in favor. I'm not crazy about this one. I think, let's see what you guys think. Focus your energy. Yes. Yeah, the manifestation of that duality. So manifest the shit out of the opposing forces and take control of the journey. You definitely have the ability to manifest whatever direction it is you feel like the universe is taking you. Bam, do it. Like Emerald, I've been saying that a lot lately. Bam. Bam, do it. That magician energy can just take control and control those opposing forces to the direction that he or she wants to. Manifesting choices and forward movement. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. This combination is a great combination when you're doing career readings. You can say, whoo, which way do you want? The sky's the limit, baby. You have the ability to manifest that shit and move whichever direction it is you think. Love, I don't see a bad option for this combination. In a love reading, we're going to be talking about manifest the shit out of that, baby. Even if you have a partner that you think, is kind of maybe not the one or one of the ones, that partner and you can do great things together. It's okay. It doesn't mean it'll be okay forever or you can change them. Be careful on what you're reading. But it does mean you can take control of that situation and direct the journey in the direction you want it to go. Does that sound good? Sound like an appropriate one? All right. Let's do one more and then I'm going to choose a couple cards. I will be honest with you, there's a lot of fairly well-known choices for the magician. There's quite a few in the minors. There's a lot in the majors. If you get two major cards, the magician and something else. Hi, Vault. There's a lot of fairly well-known combinations with the magician. It's a big one. But I don't want to do all of them because, we'll be here all night. But we'll do one more and then we'll start choosing the cards and see what the universe wants us to learn, right? Right? Tell the querent to decide on what way they want because they are getting it, right? Ponderous. There's reasons synchronicities have always been my favorite form of divination. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Hell yes. Love it. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. Let me find the next one that I wanted to go over was the magician and strength. As soon as I find this. So let's start to talk about, while I'm finding it, what strength means. What's the meaning when you pull the strength card? It depends on the strength card, right? Some of them mean an external strength. I'm not really a fan of those strength cards because to me, it like never means external strength. I just think whoever did the deck doesn't really understand what the strength card means, but sometimes they felt like it needed to be that. It's really about inner strength. The strength card is about finding your chutzpah and stepping up into your own power. It's about maybe taming your own wild nature. It's about taking the wild side of yourself and having the inner strength to say, okay, I need to, rein that in a bit and do finish what I need to finish. Where the fuck is strength in this deck? Oh, here it is. Okay. So taming it and controlling it, focusing it to move in the direction we need it to move, channeling your inner ferocity, your inner id. You guys know what the id is? Channeling that inner id. Love, love, love this card because it's so clearly everything we're saying. So that you can alter a situation that may not be the best situation. Don't try to force yourself to do something you just don't want to do. You can have the strength to say, nah, I don't wanna. Okay. So this card in particular, I love. This is, I know I say this, but this is one of my favorite strength cards because here we are part of the lion. The lion is part of us. That ferocious beast is a part of us. And we need to know how to have the inner strength to stand near the lamb, to tame the lamb, tame ourselves enough to be with the lamb and not eat the lamb up, not attack the lamb. This is about that inner strength, inner willpower, inner vision, being able to know thyself enough to work with whatever it is life has to throw at us. So to me, it also means shadow work, right? Shadow work, I bring up shadow work a lot when the moon comes into it. Like if we pull the moon, it's all about intuition and looking deeply into our shadows. The strength card also to me is about hopefully having done the shadow work and knowing who we are. Just because we have this inner ferocious id lion side doesn't mean it's a bad thing. We just have to know when to focus that inner id, that ferociousness. We have to have the inner strength to move it forward. So Light Seer's strength is saying you can manage mother-daughter relationships. Yes, it is. It doesn't mean that it'll all happen right off the bat. Mother-son relationships too. Doesn't mean it'll happen right off the bat. It does mean you can manage it. Find that inner strength. Find the ferocity that you have and unleash it a little bit. Sometimes we can't let out everything that comes into our head that we want to say. We have to have the inner strength to hold our tongues sometimes, which is really hard as a mother when you see them walking towards the pipe, the fiery pit and just about to step through it. It's really hard for us not to say, stop! I've told you about this fiery pit. Why don't you see that it's standing right in front of you? Right? The life of a mother, it's very difficult. Okay, so when we put that with the Magician, what does this now mean? The Magician and Strength have great potential to become a supernaturally strong relationship. So if it's about two different people, if it's a love reading, this means that they have a supernaturally strong ability to partner together. The combination, when it works brilliantly. The manifestation of shared dreams and the accumulation of vast wealth are possible. The challenge lies in the volatility of both of them. So sometimes they can clash, and it's difficult for them to get along sometimes because they both have a strength, a knowing, a power, and it's a little bit different. So together, if it's a duo, the challenge then is both sides of us, the Magician manifesting the power to manifest what we want, and the inner strength to maybe not run over everyone as we do this, right? So when we have this combination, what we are going to start to talk about is, ooh, girl, or ooh, boy, you have the manifestation power and the inner strength combination to know how to use this to propel yourself forward in situations involving people that may not be the easiest people, in situations involving people that you may not really like, that you may not really even want to be in, but you have the manifestation and the inner strength to manage that well enough to walk right through a herd of lambs and have them start to follow you. Use that. Use everything you have, all the tools that are in front of you, including your inner strength. Sometimes that inner strength is about not saying a damn thing. Sometimes that inner strength is about knowing what to say to lead so that the lambs will follow. Use everything you have in front of you, because boy, do you have it. And you have this innate ability to lead using everything that spirit realm has and everything that's inside of you Wow. Use this time period to go as far as you can, because this is it. This is a perfect combination of abilities. Does that sound good, right? And again, another great combination. It's hard with the magician to find anything negative to say, because the magician is such a manifesting power that whatever it comes up with, we're going to start with, whoo, you got this. You got the manifesting power behind you. You got the ability. Anything else? Can anybody think of anything else to talk about with magician and ability meeting opportunity, right? Amazing ability meeting amazing opportunities. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. So much. The magician in front of it makes almost every card combination an amazing combination. A force to be reckoned with. Because the manifesting power is there. Trying to think of. Let's talk. Well, before I choose another card, let's talk a little bit about what if we get one of the oh shit cards, like the Five of Swords, right? So really quickly, if we talk about the Five of Swords, if we get the Five of Swords cards, let me see if I can find it somewhat quickly here. Five of Swords cards. Let's start talking really quickly about the Five of Swords card and what that means. Five of Swords card is defeat, right? It is usually you have lost, you have been whooped, you feel defeated. You feel like, what the fuck am I doing? How am I going to be able to move forward? You, like, literally, you have been whooped, right? So let's just see this one. This is the Five of Swords here. And see this guy in the background? Woohoo! I won! Oh, fuck, I lost. And I do have to say, I always love the crow standing on his shoulder here going, wow, loser. You lost. You lost. And that is, to me, that's one of the hardest parts of the Five of Swords. Walking away from the conqueror, yes. Is that crow in your ear. That's usually your own inner voice talking bad to yourself. You loser. How did you even think you were going to be able to possibly beat this situation, this person, this whatever you're in? How could you even think? You are worthless. You are nothing. And that's the hard part of the Five of Swords, is that that utter just destruction, right? The swords being a mental card, don't forget. Swords meaning mental acuity, meaning your intelligence, your intellect. A lot of that defeat is our own defeat, our own inner voices telling us, boy, you were a liability to start with. Why did you even bother? A lot of that is that talk, that self-talk in our ear. We get caught up in the struggle to better ourselves, and sometimes it can come at the expense of our friends, our family. So that self-talk of you have to do better, that can be a bad thing to move forward when you're not ready for it, when you're overwhelmed, whatever. Reevaluate any fights you've let yourself be drawn into, right? If you're in the middle of a battle, take a look. Reevaluate what you're doing. Remember that you don't have to accept every invitation to an argument. Some people just love to argue. So if somebody is going to step forward, they will take the opposite side just to argue. You know people like that? I know people like that. That they will step up just because they feel necessary to argue with you. Like, really, people? The sky is blue. No, it's not. It's black. I know people like that. Yep, can't see. A hand offered is better than a sword drawn. That's a good one, right? Sometimes if you're in the midst of it and you're feeling that pull to, you know what? Sometimes just, okay, before we go into a long drawn out battle here, let me just say, I don't feel like I need to fight you. Can we maybe talk about this? Maybe we can find some middle ground and avoid the fight altogether. Right? Okay. So when it comes up with the magician, we're talking about the manifestation power of the magician. 5 of Swords. And if you are the victor, it is an empty victory because you used devious means to gain the victory. Yes. Oh, yes, yes, yes. Okay. So this is one of the only, I'm trying to think of another card. One of the only situations, at least, that I can think of that kind of puts a little damper on the magician. Now, as I said, the magician almost always is a good card. Hi, Linda. Because it is the manifestation power. Okay. But just like Lori was just saying, if you get this combination, the 5 of Swords and the magician, that is the combination. This is the combination that makes it, oh boy, okay. You have the manifesting power to beat this, to not get to this point of defeat. But boy, I don't know if you want to do that. Because intellectually, you probably shouldn't have gone there to begin with. Imposter syndrome? Yeah, a little bit, for sure. Manifestation, you can manifest the shit out of the situation. But did you really then win? Guess what? You're still going to feel like, why did I let myself be drawn into that? How could I have allowed myself? I knew before I started this that I maybe shouldn't have even bothered to argue this. But I allowed myself to be drawn into it, and now I'm still hearing the voice. The lessons of defeat can empower you in the future. That's a good one. Hi, Stephen. The lessons of defeat can empower you in the future. That can be too, right? Especially if it's this way. So, wait. I get confused. How is it coming up? Hold on. Okay. All right. If it's this way, I see it more. So if this is the first card and this is the second card, I see it more of, yeah, you can manifest that. I don't know if you really want to. If it comes up this way and the 5 of Swords is first, Stephen's hit it right on the head. The lessons of the defeat can empower you. You can manifest something out of this that you would never have learned had you not gone through that defeat. Right? Who was it? I want to say it was Einstein, but it might not be. The quote about your greatest lessons are in defeat. Right? Sometimes the things that we learn the best are because we got our asses kicked and handed to us on a platter. And then we go, oh, fuck, that's why I don't do that thing. Because, I learned my lesson, and now I'm going to manifest the shit out of that situation next time. Because, boy, did I learn something good from that. Manifest it. Yes. So, Stephen has brought up a great point. You're a little familiar with the 5 of Swords. Poor Stephen. What was there, like a whole year that it seemed like you were getting the 5 of Swords once a week? And he'd be like, I don't even want to talk about it. And be like, no way, the 5 of Swords again? Yeah, I don't want to talk about it. I'm telling you, it was like, I think at one point I told Stephen to take it out of his deck. Just take it right out of your deck. Poor Stephen. Take it out. So Stephen has brought up a good point. It also depends on the order in which you're pulling these cards. This means something a bit different than this. So look at the directionality. We talked a little bit at some point after we finished Tarot Tuesday, and we went through a little bit of, looking at the cards differently. We talked a little bit about directionality, like what way is this guy facing? What direction are they heading? What's coming from this side? What's coming from this side? Right? Look at the directionality of the cards. That will tell you a lot too. Definitely. I'm going to take a drink real quick. Hold on. Definitely, definitely. Okay. I like it. All right. Let's draw a card randomly from our deck to look at with the Magician. I'm going to shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. And then we're going to draw a card, and then we're going to talk about if we draw them together as a tarot combination, what does that mean to us? Ready? I swear, Stephen, I'm going to drop this. Okay. Right here. Here we go. Another 5. 5 of Wands. Okay. So what is the 5 of Wands? Ready? The 5 of Wands, the meaning of the 5 of Wands is about kind of just what we were talking about, right? It is about friction, about kind of almost play fighting together. It is about that creative spark that you get when you're with people who are able to challenge you this is not about real fighting. This is not about knockdown, drag out fights. This is about people who are around you to question you when you need to be questioned and to challenge you so that you think outside the box. You think a little bit differently. The wands being the creative spark, the actions. The people around you, the people that are around you right now are the perfect people to make you grow in some way. They are holding you accountable for your actions. They are challenging you to do better, to learn more, to creatively go about the situation a little differently. So that is the 5 of Wands alone. When we put it together with the Magician, we are talking about manifesting this creative spark. So maybe we haven't had this spark. If you're pulling this combination, you can say to them, ooh, you know what? You have not been challenged. You have not creatively actions. Nobody has been around that can challenge you, that can make you do better, that says to you, no, you're wrong. Maybe you have yes men all over. It's the manifestation power to create a group of people, a group of situations, a situation in your life to challenge you, to make you better. You are able to manifest that now. Do better. Here we are. You have this awesome opportunity to manifest a creative, action-packed challenge. Do that. Do that and propel yourself forward. Make yourself better. You're so much more than what you have settled for right now. Creatively challenge yourself. Put people in your path who will say, no, you're wrong, or there's a better way, or why don't you try this, or I've done it differently. Put that manifesting power to action to make yourself better. You're worth so much more. Do that. Does that make sense? Anybody else? What else do you guys get? Either way, if we're looking at it, I have to actually look at it. If we're looking at it the other way, is it different? Challenging. Maybe someone's coming to challenge your manifesting ability. Perhaps swallow your pride. Oh, I like that. Okay, that's a good one. There are situations and situations or people or processes coming that may challenge and make you question your ability to manifest. So the lesson here is really dig deep. Really figure out, is this something I need to stand up for and say, no, I have the power. I have the power to manifest this. This is a great thing usually. It is not always something we want to come. Sometimes it's, what's the, what is it, Staples that has the easy button? Wouldn't it be nice sometimes just to have the easy button? You know what? I've been challenged enough for a while. I want the easy life. It's time to lessen the challenge a bit. Can we just opt out of the challenge? Target. There you go. We hone and strengthen our skills through the challenges we face. Oh, love it. Love it. It would be really great sometimes just to have that easy button though, right? Just once in a while. Maybe we could only use it once a year. But once a year you just go, oh, you know what? No. I just, no. After everything else, easy button today. That's it. I don't get it for another year. How many of us would make it past January? Maybe. But, knowing that we had it once a year would be a whole big thing. Maybe some of us would hoard it until December 29th. Wait, I can use it. I'll have another one in a couple days. The skip button. Yes. Oh, right. What was that? Remote, or what was that Adam Sandler movie? And that's kind of what it was about, right? He fast forwarded through it. What the hell is it called? Controller, remote, something like that. He just would fast forward through it. And then suddenly you were fast forwarding. He was fast forwarding through his life. And then the controller started fast forwarding through stuff he didn't want to fast forward through because it learned from him that he didn't need to experience a lot of stuff. The golden buzzer on AGT. Yes. Bing. Yes. Yes. Skip all the way through it. So good combination. Good combination. Let's draw. Let's see. Where are we at? We're over an hour now. Let's draw one more. Sound good? Might be Skip. I can't remember what the hell it was called. It was a good movie though. Like it really made you think about, okay, sometimes click. That's it. Yes. Click. That's what it was. Click. Click. Yes. That was a really good movie. Really, really made you think about, what we're trying to skip through in our lives. All right. Can't even see it. Knight of Pentacles. I don't want this to end like skip ad. Yeah, skip ad on YouTube. Yes. Yes. All right. So Pentacles, we are talking about the Knight of Pentacles. The Knight of Pentacles is, if I'm not mistaken, is that, yep. Okay. It's the only horse of the Knights that is not actively running forward. That always is a big deal. It's the only one that's not in motion. It's the only one that's not racing ahead. Pentacles being a pentacle, we're talking about finances, career, the material goods that you have, the things that are around you. We're talking about a slow and steady approach. So if you get the Knight of Pentacles, usually you're saying, okay, I know that you want to race forward, but the Knight really here has learned enough to say, slow and steady wins the race. Let's just plod along and we'll get there, right? Budget. I hate this card. The only horse not racing ahead. Yeah, earth signs are slow. We call it cautious or deliberate. That's right. It's about balancing your budget. It's about looking at your finances and what has been coming in. He is walking with the horse. Yeah, he's not even riding it, right? In the Rider-Waite deck, he's at least on the horse. And this one, he's like not even on it. It's really slow way down. Really evaluate what you have coming in and what you have going out. Get really serious about the budgets that you have around you. To me, it's the slow and steady wins the race, right? I put this deck away a few weeks ago and I want to get it out again, except there's no room in my brain to all the Samhain decks I already have out. That's okay, Kay. I wasn't even going to bring out this deck, except I love the Magician in this deck specifically, so I brought it out. I'll be bringing out more like fall decks. I have to do a couple unboxings of Samhain decks that I got, one of which is a new ghost deck called the Cute Ghost Tarot. Super cute. It's very Rider-Waite. It's just a little ping. I'll try to do it this week. There are valuable things one can only experience and earn by taking the slow and steady approach. So good. Yes. Sometimes manifestation happens in its own time, which may not be right away. Exactly. And that's what we're saying. The manifestation. That's exactly right, Lori. When we are looking at this combination of cards, the manifestation, you have the ability to manifest. Don't think that you don't have the ability to manifest, but it may not be as quickly as you want it to be. It may be a slow and steady pace of manifesting what you want. So this is less about just reach through and grab what you need. You have all the tools and woohoo, get going. This is more about, okay, keep doing the right things. You're getting there. You're doing great. You have the ability. The manifesting power is there. You go. You go, girl. You go, boy. Yes, you're doing awesome. It's just going to take a little while. It's going to take time and effort to move it forward the way you want it to. It'll happen. Don't doubt that. It'll definitely happen. But it's going to be slower and steady. Steady, slow pace. That slow and steady route also builds endurance and faith in oneself. That's right. And when you see, this is the kind of situation that you need to learn to live in the present moment. We talk about Eckhart Tolle a lot on this channel. The here and now, right? The power of now. Sometimes we need to put the situation on a 3x5 card and look at it from really far away. So far away that you can't even read the individual words. Metaphorically, sometimes you can do that, and that will help too. Metaphorically, the further you can back away from the situation, the more you can see it's still working. It's going. It's doing what I want it to do. And you know what? Good for me. Good for me for keeping going. Good for me for keep on plotting. I have this horse here, and some people may hop on that horse and head into danger straight away. But I know enough to lead the horse to where I need it to be. This horse might be kind of volatile. He might be like, ooh, he's going to kick me off as soon as I try to get on him. So I know I have to get off and lead him exactly where I need him to go. And you have to, because you now have that ability to look back and see everything you need to see ahead of you, how great you're doing. How wonderful you're doing, even if it's not fast enough for you. Did it just pause? Sorry if it paused. It weirdly hi, Sue. It really almost went sideways. That was very weird. Maybe dial it back a notch. Slow and steady route also builds endurance and faith in oneself. Maybe dial it back a notch. Make sure you're ready for what you're about to manifest. Exactly. Exactly. And in this journey, because you're going slow and steady, you'll know by the time you get to that spot, you'll be ready for it. Because you've manifested each coin along the way is one that you have taken the time and effort to manifest exactly the way it's supposed to be. The steady approach usually means a stronger foundation. Oh, so much. Because you took the time necessary to manifest exactly which coin you needed, exactly how big you needed it, exactly what color it was supposed to be. You took the time to manifest every detail the way you needed it to manifest. So that by the time you get to the end, whoo, there ain't nothing going to blow that thing down. It's perfect. It is exactly the way you needed it to be. I can see you. Yay. You'll also be better prepared for bigger things when they come to you. Yes, so much so. Now, is this easy? Hell no, it's not easy, especially when you have little to no patience. And you're like, but I really want it now. Please, come on. Why can't I have it right now? Why not? Let me have it now. It's hard. It's hard. But if this combination is coming up for you, it just means, boy, you got it. You got it. It's okay. But slow and steady. Little bit at a time. Don't expect to manifest the whole complete thing right there. Slow and steady pace. You'll get there. Good job, guys. Good job. 116. One more? You want to do one more card? Or are you guys done? I know sometimes everybody's ready to go, but I want patience and I want it now. I want it all. I want it all. And I want it now. One more. All right, let's do one more. One more. Coin in the fountain. All right. That's really a song way older than me even, but I think my grandma used to sing it. One more coin in the fountain. One more. Something, something. I am almost 50. Monday. A week from yesterday, I will be 50. 50. Half a century. Yay. I'm so proud of myself for making it. All right. One more. Here we go. I hate that it falls in clumps. Do all of yours fall in clumps? I want it to fall like, and it's just clumpy. Perfect age. Here we go. This is, another wand. The 9 of wands. Okay. I love. The 9 of wands is a great card. I really like the 9 of wands. The 9 of wands to me has such strength and perseverance, and I really, really, really like the 9 of wands. It means you've been beat up, but all of us have been. Gilded cards are clumpy in my experience. That's true. It means you've been beat up. It means you feel like there is a bunch. Everybody seems to be against you, right? The energy as of late says that, boy, every single turn you make, somebody is there challenging you. Is that the right turn? Are you supposed to be going that turn? Which way? Like the backseat drivers, right? It means that you kind of feel like, Jesus, do I have to keep going with this? The 9 of wands is a challenge to look at the situation. It's like a breath to say, okay, boy, you have been going through it. Take a breath. Is this really something you want? Because the 9 of wands says, you can still do this. I know you feel like you've been beaten up. You feel like everybody's against you. But you can do this. If it's something you really believe in. Do you really believe in this cause? Do you really think you're on the right track? Do you really know, regardless of the fact that everybody is looking at you like you're insane and you're wrong and I don't know where you're coming up with this, you have the ability to finish this. if you want to. But it's yeah, you are a survivor. Yes, to be the Nine of Wands means that, but also that there's a light at the end of the tunnel. Yes, you're almost there, right? You're almost there. You can get to the end if you deem that this absolutely, you know, you're in the right and it's worth it to you to keep fighting. Then you're almost there. Keep going. The final push. It's time for that. Don't let your strength go. Put that final push through and you'll be where you need to be. Right? So if we put the Magician with that, what does that say to you now? If you're talking about the manifestation, that just puts a little bit more oomph and emphasis on the fact that, girl, whoo, look at you. You have been through it. But boy, do you have the Nine of Wands has a Hermit aspect too. Yes, which is another 9. Yes, 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 yes. 9, the numerology aspect of that for sure. Mama Jen, I found this lesson harder because I don't know the light seers. Maybe show RWS version as well sometimes. Oh, we can do that. That's a good idea. We can do that. We can like pull the apprentice deck as we're pulling the cards. Well, that's what I was gonna do. I was gonna find the apprentice card with it too, huh? And I have it right here, damn it. And I meant to do that. Because sometimes the symbology isn't the same, right? I feel confident that I have the tools I need to get there. Yes. Whoops, that's upside down. No, it's not. I can't see. Yes, yes, yes. Cups, swords, pentacles. Of course, wands is last. So, the 9 of Wands. Here is the RWS 9 of Wands. And what does it say at the top here? Resilient. Battle weary, but not giving up. Bruised. Watching out for the next predicament. Yes, this card is pretty similar. That's true. It's pretty similar. We see the bandage on his head. Right? That's a good idea. Thank you. I will do that. I had it right here too. We'll get the flow of it as we go. So yeah, I don't mind looking at light seers either, but I was going to have a couple different decks out, and I do. I just didn't think to use them. Resilient, battle weary, bruised. Yep, watching out for the next predicament. Exactly. So when we add the manifestation power of the Magician, now we're saying, okay, whew, you have been through the ringer. Boy, I can see that you're tired, but time for the final push, and guess what? You have the manifestation power to push right through. It's not going to be that bad for you. Good for you for still being able to stand through all the shit that you've been through. You're almost there, though. And the Magician says you have everything you need now. You have done a great job in the battle so far. You have all the tools in front of you need. You have the oomph behind you. Push through, because your manifestation power says you are right here. Keep going and you are going to survive this and win. You're right there. Final push is here. Let's do it, because you have the ability. Does that make sense? Anything else? I love the aspect maybe of the spiritual, pulling from the spiritual realm in order to win the battle. You have all the tools in front of you. Guess what? You also have access to all the spiritual realm. So you feel like like you are battle weary. Pull something from the spiritual realm. Ask your spirit guide to come and stand for you, because you're ready to fall over. So know that your manifestation power doesn't just stop with the here and now, the tools that you have in this realm. You have the ability. Justin, hi, honey. You have the ability to Justin. How are you? I miss you. I gotta go finish making dinner. No problem, honey. If they're switched in order, good idea. Hang on. So you have the ability to pull from the spiritual realm too, and be able to use the spiritual realm to, the universe has your back. So much. Yes. Okay. So let's look at them in reverse. This combination, 9 of Wands, followed by the manifestation power of the magician. So here we have first, you've been beaten up. You have been beaten up. I personally think this is kind of the same. You've been beaten up, but you have the power. The manifestation power is in you. It is right there for you. Reach in and grab the tools that you need. Excuse me, I'm going to take a drink. The tools that you need from this realm, from the spirit realm, and dig deep. You have the manifestation to win that battle. We see that you're battle weary, that you've been through a lot, that you feel like everybody's against you. Dig deep and keep going. Manifest the shit out of that. Right? Does that make sense? Yes. And from now on, guys, I will pull the corresponding card so that we also get to see the corresponding card from our Apprentice Tarot deck for all of the ones that we're pulling. I'll just keep them the Apprentice deck in order, and then it won't take me very long to pull them all as we pull, this card or the regular card. We'll be able to pull the other one fairly quickly too. Okay. So, what do you think? How are you liking this? Do you think this is worth it to keep going? I'm great in Montana, about to head back to New York. That's awesome. Woohoo. That is great. I love it. It's so good to see you. I feel like I haven't seen you in forever. Forever and ever. Okay. So are you guys liking the way we're doing this? Do you think it is worth it? It is a good idea to keep going then through the cards in order. And we'll keep going through the different combination cards in order. Does that sound good? Excellent idea for a series. Great. Good. So the next card then, next week. Now, no, I'm good. I was going to say, do I want next week off because it's my birthday week? Because my birthday is Monday. If for any reason I decide not to do next week, that'll be why. Because, I don't know. My husband decided to take me out on Tuesday or something. I don't know. I don't foresee that happening. So I'm sure we'll be back here next week. So next week will be the High Priestess. And if you guys have any thought processes like, oh, I know the High Priestess with this card combination is very well known, or I've gotten this card combination before and I think this is what it means, feel free to post it in the event page. Not that we have to have, you guys posting all the time, but it would be good to get a little bit more interaction in the event page. And keep in mind all week that the High Priestess is going to be next. And I will try also to post more. Maybe I'll try to do, one a day, one combination a day in the event page to get you guys going also. So next week, are you doing more videos like you used to? I'm trying, Sue. I'm trying. There's a whole shit ton of stuff that's going on lately. So I'm trying to organize my life a little bit better so that I can do that more. It's just been, I don't know if it's the retrogrades. Everything is in retrograde. All of a sudden there's 12 fucking planets in retrograde, including Mercury right now. But I'm working on it. I promise you, I'm trying to get back to it. That's the goal. So next week, High Priestess is what we're going to do combinations with the High Priestess. I will post the next event and post the link and everything so that you guys have all week. As soon as we're done here, I'll make up the event page. So you guys have all week to post whatever combinations you come up with for the High Priestess. Post them in whatever decks you want to post them in Some decks, the High Priestess may look a little different, and so the combinations might be a little different. That's okay too. All right. Yay, my mother had a bad fall on the 6th. I'm nursing her at home around the clock. Oh, Leanne. I hear you. I did go see, just so you all know, I did go see my Aunt Nancy this week. And those of you who sent cards, I thank you so much. She loved the cards. That was a great thing to do. And she's doing okay. It's hard right now. She's in a assisted living facility, a rehabilitation type of place. And it's hard because those type of places are so short-staffed right now that it's very hard to get very good care in anything that's like that right now, because in America we are so short-staffed. We need to learn the lesson, hopefully, and start paying our healthcare workers what they're worth. We want, our loved ones to be well taken care of. We need to start paying them what they're worth, because they get paid shit money and they have so much to do and so little help. And it's such a difficult situation, because you want your loved one to have the best care, and they really are doing the best that they can. But it's hard to see, because they're doing the best they can with so little. They are not getting enough, and they don't have enough help, and there isn't enough of a support system there. So it makes it difficult. But she is doing a little better, and I will continue to go and keep you updated. So I thank you guys for all the cards that you did send. And if you're interested in sending a card, I will post my address down below. She loves my address down below, so you can send one. That would be great. She absolutely has loved to receive them. So thank you guys. Next week will be the High Priestess, and we will move forward then with the High Priestess. I'll create the event as soon as we finish. And I love you guys so much. You guys have an awesome week, and we'll see you next week.